Hey, good afternoon, everybody. We're going to go over our Forex trades for today, Thursday, July 10th. The first video we've done in a few days, as it's been pretty busy. The last couple days we had quite a few trades. One day I believe was 12, if I remember correctly. Another day was about 9. Today was not as busy, surprisingly, with the news out of Portugal. Although it did affect the equity prices in the stock market, with the Dow and the S&P 500 gapping down about 1%. They did make somewhat of a recovery, but it's been a slow grind. But the one good thing is, in the stock market, volumes come back. Some volatility obviously came today. Not a lot of intraday volatility, but overnight. But the volume is key. And as far as the currency world, we just didn't have too many trade setups. We had to wait for the data. We had 4 trades from late last night, overnight. We were flat this morning. Got out of everything before the what was coming out 8:30 was the weekly jobs number, initial jobless claims. So we waited for that to come out, and it was relatively in line, wasn't too bad. But the whole world is concentrating or focusing on the news out of Portugal, that the second largest bank in Portugal missed a debt payment, and could possibly default. So, I don't know what the second largest bank here in America is, but it's equivalent to the people and the economy of Portugal. This could just be the start of what we've been talking about as far as world markets. We've been saying all along, stock market's overvalued, dollar's been getting hammered because of QE. Maybe when the world views and sees things aren't so rosy, that you're going to get a sell-off in equity prices, and you might just get a pop in the U.S. dollar, momentarily at least. And see what the Fed does and other central bankers around the world. The Fed did say in the Fed minutes the other day that they will be completely done with QE by October of this year, so in the next few months. So we'll see how the market handles it. We'll see if the Fed could take the stock market, could take the U.S. dollar off of this big giant pacifier that the Fed has been using. So that's enough about that stuff. I don't want to bore you too much. Let's go over the trades. We had 4 trades, pulled out 21.7 pips. Not bad. We definitely left some on the table. We're going to go over it in no particular order. The first trade you're looking at here is a long in the Australian dollar Japanese yen. We picked some up, 95.774. That pop was the news that came out of Australia last night. Remember correctly, I think it may have been the unemployment rate. We just had our offer out there, to see if we to make 10 pips and see if we get nailed on a big pop. And on the flip side, we have a stop loss in there about 10 pips or so. And boom, we got, it popped right in our favor with that big spike. Could we have made more if we had our limit price, our profit target in there higher? Yeah, sure, we could have made more because it happened so fast you couldn't even react. If we didn't have it in there, we may have took a loss on the trade. So we're happy with that trade. Next is U.S. dollar to Canadian dollar. This we were short 1.06476 last night, and then overnight we got stopped out with a 7.2 pip loss. You can see here just we had the short signal. It was sort of in the area that could be viewed as support, but on the flip side, if it broke it, could have easily came down to the 1.0640 level, or even down here. This is what we were thinking, more in this range, but it just didn't. It just didn't break. We were thinking we should be able to pick up at least 10 to 12 pips in this range here. 1.06, let's call it 35, but she just didn't break down for us. U.S. dollar, Japanese yen, we got a signal short this, 101.473. pretty easy trade. This happened overnight. We got short late last night before we went to bed. We had our bids in there to cover, and we picked up 6.6 pips. I believe if you look back on this chart a little longer time frame, you're going to see an area here. There you go. These bottoms. So that's why we were looking where we covered, and so we picked up 6.6 pips. If this had happened during hours where we were in the office, maybe we could have covered some and held some and see if she breaks down, and that's exactly what she did. But you can't do that while you're sleeping, obviously. So we'll take the 6.6 and run. And the other one was the Euro Australian dollar. This was a long trade. Same thing. Started getting long late last night. We put our offers in where we were looking to sell. If it happened while we were sleeping. And again, you have an area here from a few days ago. You had this top here. You have all these tops here. So that's why we were looking to, hopefully it would go where, it would go to that area. And sure enough, it did. We picked up 12.3 pips. Again, did we leave some on the table? Obviously, yes, because you could see what it did. But on the flip side, we weren't in the office when this was happening. It was the middle of the night. So we'll take the 12.3 and move on. It did break it. Again, if this had happened while we were in the office, maybe we could have sold some, got out of some, and see if it broke through. And this would have been quite easy to do that because it was coming in hard. I mean, it was popping up hard with some decent volume. So, we could have grabbed at least another 10 pips on either part of it or all of it. But, we'll take it. We'll move on. The 4 trades, 21.7 pips, not the worst thing in the world, not the greatest thing, but we'll definitely take it and move on. And just to back up a second, since the initial jobless claims came out at 8:30, we haven't had a signal yet. So that beeping, that may have been one signal there that was going off. So we'll see. Anyway, that's it. We're going to wrap it up. Hope you guys enjoyed. We haven't done a video in a few days, so we'll see what happens the rest of today. Any signals that come out, they'll be coming your way for you people that are getting them and are trading. If you're trading now, good luck. And we're going to wrap it up. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be back. I don't know if we'll do one tomorrow. It's Friday in the summer, so we'll probably be back next week. Have a great rest of your day.